All right, guys, let's talk about HUD consultants. Who are they? What are they? How do we work with them? For our lender finance renovation portion that we do a lot of, we will be working closely with them. So who are they? They are a home inspector that have had some additional accreditation of getting a license and some additional courses. So let's start in sales. They are going to come up with the mandatory lists for making the home habitable. And we have that 35 category checklist that you will be getting. You can print out and take a look at. And those are all the mandatory. So on the sales side, they're going to be a great referral partner, but they're also going to be the one that's going to be working with you, figuring out the entire scope of the work. So they come up with the mandatory, hey, it needs chipping and peeling, paint needs to be taken care of, the needs GFIs, all of those, FHA requirements, the roof needs to be within 5 years of life expectancy, the heating system needs to operate, windows and doors need to operate, there's got to be railings, there can't be any missing siding or, real basic stuff, smoke detectors, you name it. So they're going to come up with that. And you're going to be, the best thing is to book the inspection together so they can point out what they want fixed. And then they're going to be working with their SOR, and that's another video. You're going to see what their report looks like. The key thing is to go with them, so if you can schedule that, to go with them on that so that they can point out, so you're not kind of looking at the report and being like, I wonder what this is. So that's the front part of the sales side of the HUD consultant. They put everything together and you're going to work with them. So they can be your good friend if you're trying to get a budget down, and you can maybe say, hey, what if we do this and we can get the price down on that part of the scope. The second part is the project manager, and now it's time to get paid for what we're doing, and you need a draw. So now the HUD consultant is going to come back in when a percentage of the work is done, and typically the average project's between 3 and 5 draws. So you have to break your schedule out so that you have them come out the right amount of time in equal increments. So we're going to give you some examples of what the draw paperwork is, but you're going to end up calling them and connecting them on co-construct, keep it all on co-construct, and saying, hey, I've done 25% of the job and I need to get paid. And they're going to come out and they are going to take photos and make sure the work is done. And then they're going to write down the percentages of each part of the project that's done. Now, you should already have an invoice printed out with the percentages of what you think is, and always be conservative so that they really want to make sure, protect that only the work that is done that you get paid for. And then there's some forms to file and fill out. And then that stuff gets sent to the client. Now, if you can get the client to be at the same time, even better. So everybody signs, everybody's done, and it gets sent to the lender. And now here's a key part with that. A lot of lenders will make the check. It's mandatory by HUD to make it a third party check. So meaning both the homeowner and Fine Home Contracting is going to be named on the check. What we want to do is there's a form to get the check directly deposited into our bank or directly sent to the office. So it's going to save you a lot of time as a project manager. You don't have to go and pick up the check when it gets sent to the house, and then you got to find the client, they've got to sign off, and then you bring it to the office for us to get paid. So that's a key part of the project manager. But to recap, the HUD consultant is going to be your friend because we make their life so easy, because all of our structured and we already have those 35 categories like you've learned. So they're very excited to work with us, and they will really help with those clients that maybe have lofty expectations on the sales, or on the same side, the project management, when a client feels like maybe they don't feel like you're doing the right job, that HUD consultant is there to verify that we're working with industry standards. So it's the relationship that you need to build with them. There's only a few in the state, so we've worked with all of them. We have that. So come in, go talk to your production manager, Chris, or myself, or Tony for sales, and he'll, get the idea of who you're working with. Maybe they can give you an inside scoop of that HUD consultant, and so you can build that relationship. But a great relationship. We want to work. They are our friends, and that's basically, they are there to protect the bank from money just being go random places, making sure the money goes into the house for improvements. Thanks, guys.